Welcome, welcome everyone once again to the Conversation with Leaders. My name is Sharon Johnson and I am super excited. These conversations every day. What a wonderful thing to have a vision and to see it come alive when people join you and realize that we can do so much together. So these conversations are truly a platform for people to find hope, for people to listen and apply. What is the purpose of the conversation? I'm the host of the conversation. Comtivate is my company. And so at Comtivate, we have one mission. That is to help leaders maximize their potential, enhance and add value to the lives of others. And so these conversations is to do that, especially in a time like now. Now, listen, I get excited because each time I do an interview, I meet these extraordinary people, people who are ordinary people in our society, but doing extraordinary work. And I am just like super, super excited. Can you feel me? Because I have in studio with me today, Dr. Yembe, and I just can't wait. I mean, like, I don't know about you, but I want to know so much about from this woman. She is just amazing. She's phenomenal. She is changing the world. She's got moves, and I just don't want to say anything else because I don't want to give it away. I'm going to let her tell you about herself and what we're going to do from here on. Stay tight, and thank you so much for joining and listening today. My friend, Dr. Yembe, thank you so much for being on this conversation. Please tell folks who you are.
Thank you, Dr. J. I am a family medicine physician. I'm board certified in family medicine. I live and work in Louisiana in an outpatient setting as well as in the emergency room. I graduated in 1997, so quite a long time ago. My biggest passion, though, is for taking care of people. I always say I was born to be a physician. So right from childhood, I always knew I'll be a physician. That was my biggest passion. So I practice family medicine and emergency medicine. But I currently am very, very passionate about coaching people on weight loss. My personal journey with that, I was that child who was born and destined to be obese. So here comes this 10-pound baby. I was an overweight child, obese adult, and on and on and on unto my late 40s, where I hit rock bottom at almost 300 pounds. Of course, throughout this time, I had struggled and tried to lose weight on and off. And I will tell you later on how I got to lose the weight, but I struggled and created a formula that I teach right now. But my biggest passion is helping people achieve health and wellness through weight loss. I mean, you're not gonna achieve your God-given mission without being healthy. You need a healthy body to carry you through. So in a nutshell, Sharon, that's what I do. A lot of coaching. I love to speak to people. I've spoken to people nationally and internationally, and I have spoken to thousands and thousands of people, my patients, my coaching clients, here in this country and outside of the United States as well. So that's really me all in a nutshell. I'm a single mom. I've got 2 girls in college, thank goodness. So I just spend a lot of time working and teaching, coaching, and traveling.
Wow. I'm looking at you and I'm like, you are just stunning. I am like,
thank you.
I am just looking at you. It just gives me the chills because you're using some words, Dr. Yembe, that passion. Yes. When I hear the word passion, and when you put passion with a medical doctor and passion with health and wellness, I think you just have the whole thing right there. Now, I know I'm extremely passionate about leadership because I really believe that everything rise and fall with leadership. In my current position, I see a lot of leaders. And even now, and just being in this conversation, you see where people are out there. There's so many things that people can do now. And by the way, let me just stop and say to you, thank you. Thank you for being on the front line. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your sacrifices. It can't be easy, day in, day out. And so your hard work is not in vain. And I can see why you are a medical doctor because you're passionate about it. So
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
and so I just want to know from people like you, just being out there, working with people, changing lives every day. I'm sure you see so much going on, and you're in a position to lead. And so, my question for you as we embark on this conversation is truly with COVID-19 and with everything else, and how important is the leadership nowadays, especially in your life where you are?
I mean, leadership, first and foremost, is crucial. Leadership is everything. And I'm going to talk from a general perspective, say in a group, and then I'm going to talk from an individual perspective also. But I love John Maxwell. Both of us are John Maxwell certified coaches. And so what leadership really is influence, the ability to influence someone or group of people to have a desired outcome, the ability to influence even yourself to have a desired outcome. So in this time of the COVID-19, leadership is so important because it really requires a certain ability to take a group of people and keep them safe throughout this time. And in order to do that, the number one thing really is communication, keeping your team informed. Information right now is power. So leadership is not really authority that you have, it's just the ability to develop the people that you have, give them enough information so you have a desired outcome. The COVID-19, this coronavirus, there's no treatment for it. We don't even have a vaccine.
Wow.
We don't have any treatment. I want you, today is what? April the 26th?
Yes.
So as of today, there is no treatment. Let's debunk and erase all the information that we have out there. So as leaders, I want my team to be safe. I want my team to have enough knowledge on how to stay healthy. That's really important to me. So the success of the organization will rely and is dependent on my ability to lead my team through this crisis to safety. I mean, we put information out every day, so everyone should be on the same page. And in the medical team, okay, yes, we've got the personal protective equipment, that's true. But what most people don't even realize is, even with personal protective equipment, in order to stay safe with the equipment, you have to know how to take it on and off. I mean, that's just, and taking it off is most important. Wow. In addition to that, we want to keep the population healthy. So our communication with people is very important. You will not believe, Dr. J, there's now some stigma around the coronavirus. Enough that some people are getting intimidated in revealing certain things. So as a medical provider, I want to be safe and I want this person to be healthy. So my leadership or my ability to lead in knowing myself, I have to behave in a way that this person trusts me and in a way that they are comfortable and in a way that they can tell me everything so that we are all safe and I can take care of them also. So in a nutshell, in this crisis, leadership is so important. The things that we can do, keep our team informed, keep the population informed, make sure they know that we really care, stay focused, because as a leader, again, when you lose focus, when you start to get distracted, let's say you were updating your team every day, which we have to, and then you start to forget. And then your team gets shaky. And then they worry what's going on. How come we don't have this information anymore? So there they go. That everybody starts thinking their own thing. And then, boom. You know, we in the medical field, especially in the emergency room, we are so accustomed to drop and salvage. So if somebody comes or shows up in the emergency room and somebody runs up the window and they say, hey, I've got somebody passed out in the vehicle. Our first instinct, jump run and salvage, get this person and do everything. Now the COVID has changed a lot of our behavior, and we have to always remind our team, let's not jump and salvage anymore. There's just one more step that we have to remember is protection and then salvage. But you know how you've got to get this protection on quickly, because we still want to salvage that person, but we want to be safe in the process. And so just information, making sure the team is up to date, repetition, 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 practice, practice, practice. That's really it. That's what we do in a team during this COVID pandemic times. Now, when it comes to us as individuals, we have to remember that, again, leadership entails us knowing ourselves, not letting down our guard in the COVID-19 times. For example, a simple thing like if you go out and shop, you've got your groceries, remember, we don't bring the groceries into the house anymore like we used to. We stand outside, we take them down, we wipe them down with gloves, and then we transport them to the house safely. Because, okay, then why were we worrying about standing in line in the grocery store, standing 6 feet apart from everybody, and then we're just going to bring this into the house? So we have to also adjust our own behavior in ways that we keep everyone at home safe. This pandemic is here. We have to lead ourselves through it safely, in addition to our team. But mainly for leaders out there, we have to communicate with our team. Yeah. Very important. And then secondly, we have to make sure that our team members know that we see them, we hear them, we know they are there, and so we care about them. And then the leader has to stay focused. And lastly, as a leader, we cannot know everything. It's impossible. So I function in my small area of expertise as a doctor, right? I have to allow my nurse to function in her area of expertise. I have to let each person, and that's how the team flourishes. It's a team effort. I cannot know everything just because I'm the leader. So I have to know my shortcomings, and I have to know my strengths, and then work with the people who each work in their strengths, so that as a team, we come up as a strong team. I hope this makes sense. Yes. It's very important for those of us who work in the emergency room. Very important, because in a crisis, especially in a crisis situation, I have to maintain myself as a leader, and each person must work in their area of assignment or expertise for us to be able to successfully resuscitate somebody and bring them back to life. We can't be saying, oh, this nurse is, let me do your job. No, it doesn't work like that. Each person functions in their strengths and in their area of expertise. And me as a leader, I recognize and appreciate each of these people who are here. And that's how, generally, as a group of people in your family, in your church, wherever you are as a leader, you must recognize your strengths and your weaknesses. And you must find each person to work in their area of strengths. And we'll talk later on, how do you know your strengths? How do you know? Well, you have to work on yourself. Like John Maxwell says, you cannot be bigger than who you are. You cannot get your company bigger than where you are. So you have to grow with time, personal development. So that's really everything in a nutshell.
Listen, I just want to take all of this and let's go over to channel 5, channel 9, channel 10, channel 11. Let's put this on the news right now, right? That was a packed one right there, Dr. Yembe.
Thank you.
You know what? You saw my mouth. I'm like, I'm just like, give me more, give me more. And you said I love how you segment the functionality of the nurse. As simple as that sounds, it makes so much sense, right?
Yes.
Even though you're the doctor and everybody's like, yeah, she's the doctor, right? She should know everything. And learning from you, and I've just learned in this moment is that, gosh, with each nurse functioning at their best skill set, that
Yes.
just brings the entire team to the successful life-saving moment for that patient. That's what I
Yes,
learned.
indeed. Yes, indeed. The nurses are, I mean, they are the backbone of the healthcare. I mean, power to them. I mean, doctors get recognized, but the nurses, I mean, these are the ones who are really in the medical field right now. Our nurses are keeping everything flowing. Without the nurses, I mean, a doctor wouldn't be able to function without the nurse.
Wow.
That's a fact. I mean, you cannot go and sit by a patient's bedside, especially if they're in a critical unit. You can't go and sit there with that patient and take care of them. Well, you can do that, but you're not going to be able to accomplish all the other things that you have to do. So that's why the nurse is such, I mean, I have so much respect for my nurses. They are such an integral part of the team. In fact, every single person who works in healthcare, the person who does the blood work, the person who cleans the floor, I mean, it's just all a huge team that we must all work together in order to do what we do in the medical team. I mean, I can't think of one person whose job is not as important as mine. So just because there's doctors out there or surgeons, we can't do anything without the whole team being together. And I recognize that every day.
I got to pull a commercial plug right and say, on behalf of all of us, me, the entire team, the entire John Maxwell organization, my company, if you're a healthcare worker and you're listening to this, thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. And you know what it is? A lot of people talk about the nurses, but what you have just done right here, Dr. Yembe, is just put the nurses up there.
Oh,
And
yes.
so,
Yes. Absolutely.
as you were speaking, I'm thinking, my gosh, we're not even thinking like that because we think the doctor. But you've just placed this emphasis on the nurse. Now that I'm looking at, when I start looking at those nurses, my grandma was a nurse for 33 years in Jamaica. And I watched how she came home tired. As a matter of fact, in my family, I would say maybe 90% of my family are in the medical field right now. And so you just put a whole different level to the medical field, and I thank you for that. But I have more from you. Since you kick it off so much, you got me all into it now. You know, you use a lot of words. You talk about, and I love taking notes. You use the word ability over and over. And we know in leadership, you know, what do leaders do? Leaders have to have the ability to get people to do things that they would not normally do. You talk also about authority and focus. These fundamental keywords that are designed to really qualify what leadership is. So I thank you for that. And then you talk so much about just how when we're thinking about communication, but you use the word trust. Gosh, that's like the big boulder right there, trust. And right now, people don't know who to trust, Dr. Yembe. People are looking all over the place for information. That's why this conversation is going to change somebody's life. They don't know what to trust. Should I trust the news? Should I trust Facebook? Should I trust LinkedIn? Should I trust Twitter, Instagram? Who do I look to? Who do I listen to? And I pray that right now, even now, that whoever's listening to this will really take to heart what you've just said. So I want to ask you this question. It's always on my heart. What should they do now? What do they do now that they're in this moment and they're in this crash moment of like, where do I go? COVID-19, you know, talk to me and tell people who are listening, what should leaders really do and what should people do right now?
Mm-hmm. So when you talk about trust, when it comes to the COVID-19 information, one of the things that you do or that makes you trust somebody is if someone has a tested and proven and they have been able to separate themselves as an expert in whatever you're looking for in that person. Now, unfortunately, the COVID-19 is so new. No one has any expertise in the COVID-19. We cannot say that this bug showed up in December of 2019 or so, around that time. So we are about 6 or 7 months out. We're still studying it. Now, when you talk about where to get the information from, I know just 2 resources, 2 people. When it comes specifically to the COVID-19 itself, the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control,
Mm-hmm.
they have a proven track record of giving us all the information that we as lay people know for everything. So the CDC is an awfully nice and reliable resource. In addition to that, the World Health Organization, the WHO, also has a proven track record in informing the world on things that they know when it comes to the different diseases. Yeah. Now, again, because the COVID-19 is evolving, and there's going to be information that we are having now that's changing, I will underline the fact that we need to listen to our local leadership. It's very important to keep the community safe, because all we have now is mitigation advice, just how to prevent the virus from spreading. And I cannot go to the CDC to get information from the CDC on how to behave in Louisiana, because they don't know. Mm-hmm. I can only look to my leadership here locally. The governor and the mayor of my city here can tell me how I need to behave now, because those are the people who are in contact with all the experts in my locality. So just to summarize that, in order to get information on the COVID-19, you want to look and see what the CDC is saying. They'll have some information there. You want to look at the World Health Organization. There will be some information there. Most importantly, community mitigation strategies happen right here, right now, in your location. So listen to what the leaders are saying and behave accordingly. If your governor says stay home every day, after 5 o'clock you should be home and not out in the street. If your governor says you must stay home and everything is shut down until May the 31st, please don't be that hairdresser who is now doing hair in the house because you're trying to hide. It's wrong. They have information about the spread of the disease locally. So if they say don't go to the hairdressing salon, don't go. Stay home. Those are the 3 resources. That you see mine, I did it myself too. So those are the 3 places that are really important. Right. If you're in New York, look at what your people over there are saying. If you are in California, look in California and see that's where you're going to get real-time information. So that's really important. Again, I must insist, as of today, April the 27th, there is no known treatment for the coronavirus. We do have a lot of research going on. That's true. All kinds of research. But for our purposes and how we need to behave, let's listen to our local authorities and let's go into the CDC and the World Health Organization.
Wow. Woo, I'm telling you, I'm leaning in like I'm gleaning from you, young lady.
Thank you.
Wow, that was just so good. Thank you for that. I had so many things coming in my mind. My crystals are like generating. But like other folks out there, we can do a lot with our personal health. And you did mention health and wellness.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a book, maybe it's a quote, maybe it's a system, whatever it is that you can share with people that they need to do now. Where do I go from here? What do I do with my life now? Mm-hmm. What would that be? Book, quote, system, what you've got to share with folks who are listening in now?
I'm glad you said that, because one of the things that I have a little group on Facebook, so you can go to Facebook and look for me, and it's all about health and wellness. Because I love Jim Rohn, godfather of personal development. Jim Rohn said, if you don't have a healthy body, you're not going to get to your God-given destiny. It's not going to happen. You must have a healthy body to take you there. So take care of your health. He actually says, take care of your body. It's the only place in which you have to live. You have to take care of your body.
Wow.
So I've recently started talking with my group on how are we going to come out of this COVID-19? What will be your situation post-COVID-19? Yeah, we've been sitting at home, eating, watching TV, bonding with the children, and hoping schools open so kids can go. Wait, hello, kids are not going right now. It's not going to happen right this minute. So let's deal with it.
Lord.
But for us personally, you want to start thinking post-COVID-19, where will you be? Because as people who want to be successful, as people who want to grow, as people who want to change their situation, especially with me talking about health and wellness, I want to change my weight because yes, I did pick up a couple of pounds like everybody else during this time. So let's start planning now.
Yeah.
It's very important to have a vision. When you have a vision and you think, so you have to think in order to have the vision, because like the Bible said, when the people who did not have any vision perished. So you don't want to perish. You want to have a vision. You want to think or brainstorm on how will you come out of this period.
Yeah.
And then you want to start making some plans. So thinking is very important. I know John Maxwell talks all the time about thinking, because we go about our lives without stopping to think. So number one, now start thinking about how will you come out of this COVID-19 period. Most of us have been home. We've been sitting around. We've been working from home. But soon, all of that eventually will go away. So how do you want to come out of it is the question.
I want to know.
There you go. Number one, start brainstorming. What's your goal? What is that one thing that you want to change when you come out? What's that one thing that you want to change for your company? Do you want this company to have more communication, more courtesy with people? Do you want them to come out stronger in personal, in just relationships? How do you want to come out? Do you want to be more successful as a person? Because my group is all about weight loss, we actually have a vision board party this Saturday, May 2nd, because I'm talking to everyone to have a goal, have a vision of your future self when you've lost all the weight. You have to have that vision. Unless you have a vision, there's nothing for you to transform into reality tomorrow.
Wow.
So it starts with your vision. What is that goal? How many pounds do I want to lose?
Right.
You want to think about that. And then you can create a vision, a plan, a roadmap on that you're going to travel. And when you travel that roadmap, it's all an experience that you have to treasure until you hit your goal.
Wow.
Okay? And there's nothing really about success. Like they say, success is something that you become. So you get to where you've lost the weight, but then you've gone through a certain journey and you learned and you grew from that and you became something. Not that you stood here and now you're called success. No, it's a whole transformation, a journey that you learn and you grow from. And that's how a leader influences their team. Because I used to have a clinic of several people working in that clinic. I don't have that anymore, but it was very important to me. I had some entry-level nurses and I'll sit down with them one-on-one and say, hey, look, I want you to advance your studies. I want you to become something bigger. You're not going to be here 10 years from now and just be the same. Of course, you want to go back and get some education and grow. So that where you are today, you want to become more successful, because believe you me, our God is so wonderful. He created each of us in his image. And God doesn't play small, okay? I was just reading, I do a Bible study with my younger daughter. We do that every day for an hour. And we went back to start reading from Genesis. And we went through the creation of and you know how when you start reading the Bible, it's like you're seeing certain things for the first time, even though you read it.
Yes.
So we've recently gone through how God created the world. And he never sat here for years and years and years. One day, he created one thing. One day he created the heavens. One day he created the earth. One day he created that. One day he created, and after 6 days, he was done. And so when he creates man, he's thinking, this person will be perfect. And so when you're a leader, you should be thinking, what are my God-given abilities? If you're thinking that you have all the abilities and you have nothing else to learn, No, you failed. You failed. You have to spend time in thinking about where you are and thinking about what is it that God wants from me now.
Mm.
Spend that time reflecting, thinking, and figuring out what is my mission right now. And then from that, you have to educate yourself. You have to grow. You have to become better than you were yesterday. Because see, you're not in competition with anyone. You're just trying to grow to get to where our wonderful God created us to get there. So we have to keep working on it. Keep working. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, fine. That's what God created you to be. Now, if you're a teacher, that's what God created you to be. You have to be better than yourself. If you're a stay-at-home mom, more power to you. You're doing it better than the rest of us. You have to figure out what God wants from you as a stay-at-home mom to become better, a better wife, a better mom, a better person in the community. So it's all about you as an individual figuring out how your roadmap in life is going to be so you influence people along the way.
Don't stop talking. Oh, look, I'm always gonna take my glasses off. I'm like, God, but you are so right, Dr. Yembe. You like putting it on and on and on. And like, God, I'm so like you making me think like I'm so glad not just to have you on the show, but to have these conversations because what you've said is what people need to know. And I pray that these words roll off of this screen and into somebody's heart because people need to know that. But how do we evolve? Because I know that you use that word evolve. And let's talk about what you do and what people can do to find out more and how you can even help them to evolve and be better and do things differently. Because I know you've got a lot more to say and I want to hear it.
Yes, indeed. Now, my evolve method is really what I have put together to help people to go from here where they are right now, being overweight and unhealthy, and getting to where you are at an ideal or at a healthy weight. And everybody's healthy weight is different. There can never be one size fits all. And as someone myself who came from almost 300 pounds at a certain point in my life after having two babies.
I can't see it. I can't see
and
it.
While working full time, it took me about 9 years to put together this program of everything that I learned. And Evolve is an acronym. So EVOLVE. Evolve is an acronym I teach from that platform, from that acronym. And we start with number one, emotions. Emotions are everything. Emotions depend on what we're thinking. Emotions drive our judgment. Emotions drive the way we relate with other people. You may say, hey, good morning. And because my emotions are not even in check, I heard and I saw something different that caused me to react in a different way. And that can transcend through a day and even further. So it's just the cascade that starts with your emotions. That's the very first thing, believe it or not, that we address when it comes to weight loss. Because most of us, because I've been there before, I know it in my body. Deep within, I had to change me in order to evolve. And I say evolve from me to a better me because I cannot evolve into somebody or something else. It's just from me into a better me. Healthier mind, healthy body, and the ability to influence other people also in a healthy way because if we're not right here with our emotions, our relationships with other people or how we interact even change. So that's my Evolve method. I'm online. I have a teachable school. I teach people one-on-one. I'm about to launch my membership program where you can subscribe and pay a tiny little fee that just helps me keep the platform up. And then I have a free Facebook group. And my website is Dr. spelled out Dr. DOCTOR, DrInakayembe.com. I have a blog there that I just started. I've got a little video, some videos you can watch. But the biggest strength is when you have a group of like-minded people working together towards the same purpose. So find me on Facebook and join the Evolve group, because that's where the power is. Remember how I said, as a leader, I don't know everything. I'm learning from these men and women on this site. People put things up there and I say, whoa, okay, I'm gonna try that. I've seen some meals that I've never seen before and wow, that looks awfully healthy. I'm gonna try it. So the power of the group, the power of, as you know, of a mastermind is so fundamental to helping us taking that vision that we had,
Right.
crystallizing it down, creating a roadmap, and pulling your mastermind, your group of like-minded people to keep you motivated along the way to success. So I'm so big on coaching people. I don't want anybody to get stuck where I was years ago. If I
Right.
could do it as a baby who was born obese, you know, I had this mental thing of I could
Wow.
never lose weight until I changed my mindset. And then it happened.
Wow.
If you
So,
think weight loss is all about eating right and exercising, you are mistaken. Let me tell you, it's not. It's all in here, in your mindset and your emotions.
you know, I sometimes I do these interviews and I have a lot to say, and sometimes I just don't. But you have taught me a lot of things right now, and so what I know is, and scripture is so good. And is there a book you want to recommend, or while we're looking at the Evolve program?
Yes, I mean the biggest book for me on leadership, in addition to the Bible, because like I said, I read the Bible with my daughter right now, and I'm like, oh wow, why did we decide to read this chapter? It's just where we are right now. I mean, the Bible is a living thing. It speaks to you wherever you are right now. And then the next book that I think helps with leadership is the John Maxwell, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. I think that book is powerful. I mean, he wrote it quite a while ago, but it's so current. Get that book, read it. And then I published a book in, I believe it was 2014 or 2015. It's called Grow to Success. Grow to Success. 3 steps that will help you achieve success: passion, productivity, and perseverance. Now, you're not going to succeed in anything unless you can persevere through the trials. So that book is on Amazon. A very, very powerful book. Grow to Success. I wrote that book. So I really, I mean, it's those are the three resources: the Bible, the John Maxwell book, and my book that I know of now. I'm actually working on the Evolve book, but that is going to come at the end of the summer. I'll keep you posted.
I want to be posted. We'll come back and you'll get back on the show and tell
Yes,
people
yes.
about it. Because by then and now people would have evolved. And so I just learned so much from you, and just going back from everything. You just gave us the perfect package to be healthy. But you know what you gave, if I could take, and there's so many takeaways, but I learned from you right here when you're positioned to perfect your passion, staying with the pieces, right? Because you talk so much about passion, and it shows in your skin, it shows in what you do, it shows in how you're just presenting. And I just want to say thank you, because when we don't have passion and we don't have vision, you talk about vision. Helen Keller says that to have sight. I shared earlier with someone, I went for a walk, and it dawned on me that I could literally just see, like, I'm really seeing everything in front of me. And then as it was such a beautiful morning, and I saw the reflection of the pond, and I'm like, whoa,
Nice.
I'm looking at a perfect reflection of the pond. And then it dawned on me, like in my walk, and wow, what you see is what you get, right? And I think about me, and I went into self-reflection as when people see me, do they see who I am? And that's what I gather from you right there. When people see you, they should know who you are, right? And so I took that lesson out as a vision and using sight. And Helen Keller says that to have sight is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
to stay healthy and have sight and to be able to see where you're going. And leaders see the way, right? Leaders should see the way before others see the way.
Exactly.
Leaders should walk the walk, should talk the talk. And so what I'm hearing from you is that you're seeing the way, you're leading the way, you're walking the walk, you're talking the talk, and you're on this conversation, and you have just added so much value to my life.
Thank you.
So
Thank
I know you've said where people can reach you on Facebook. Are you on LinkedIn?
I'm on LinkedIn. I am on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter. And so I'm on all the social media platforms. Your best bet is to find me on Instagram. I think that's the most active, Instagram and Facebook. Both of those are linked together. So I would put up. In fact, I spent today creating so much content because it's my day off. So guess what I'm doing? Got my brain working for me. So I created so much content, and I have it all lined up to go up on Facebook. And so that's really, I don't really sit down and I don't have the ability to not do anything. I don't know if that's a good thing or it's a bad thing, but it's just my thing. That's just the way I am. So I've spent my day off just creating content and thinking, what will motivate someone? What will someone need to wake up on a Monday morning? Say you are somebody who's struggling with your weight, for example, which I struggle with on a daily basis, believe it or not. I still do after so many years. And I really lost all my weight after I hit menopause. I mean, I hit the age of 50 and I was like, what's happening? Everything is slowing down. I'm having all these hot flashes. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Now when you get to 50, things really slow down. If you were losing a pound a week, working hard, once you cross 50, I mean, it's just bye-bye, everything. So I was succeeded in losing most of my weight after the age of 50, 51, 52, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm getting used to this thing now. So, but I still do it on a daily basis. You can't start something, like John Maxwell says, the law of momentum. Once it's going, you have to keep it going. And then we just fall back to motivation. How do we stay motivated? How do we continue to even lead ourselves? You see someone who's my age, I mean, should be shot past the age of 52 already, and I still have to remember to eat right, have to remember to exercise, I have to remember to do all these things. I can't say, well, you know what, I'm 52, I may as well relax. No, I may have a much bigger dream. If I was running marathons at the age of in my 40s, well, now I'm ready to do an ultra marathon. I want to run the 50 miles. Why not? I should be able to do this. So it all comes back to our mindset. You can do anything.
Wow.
Long as you put your mind to it, and if you're determined, if you can persevere. It's not going to be easy. Nothing is easy. But once you start persevering, that's how you're able to achieve your goals and your dreams. But you've got to have a few big lofty dreams, otherwise you don't grow. I can't say, you know what, I want to run 3 miles. 3 miles is what I run in, I don't know, 30 minutes, I'm done. That's my 3 miles. So I can't get up and say I'm going to run 3 miles next month. That's not a dream. It's just what I do on a daily basis.
Wow.
If I want to stretch myself, I say, you know, fact is I've never done 50 miles. And fact is, I'm going to have to try to get that 50 miles in before I turn 55. I have to. That's my goal. Find some goals that stretch you. If I start to tell you, I'm going to run 100 miles this year, no, it's not going to happen. You don't want to have a goal that's not realistic. It has to be realistic. So 50 miles is realistic. I mean, I've done, I don't know, 20, 30 miles. Yes, I've done that already by myself. So I can stretch it on a little bit and do 50, but I cannot do 100. Not right now. Maybe before I turn 60, later on. But you have to work towards it.
I'm going to call you Superwoman. Next time I should say, welcome to the conversation with leaders. My guest, Superwoman, right?
It's all up here, though.
Yes.
A marathon is one of those things I think is so intimidating. I mean, if you have time, I'll tell you the story of my first marathon. My first marathon, I was about 250 pounds. I wasn't the weight I am now. I mean, I was about 80 or more pounds heavier when I did my first marathon. And it took my mind to conquer it because I had a trainer who told me, he said, your body will give up on you. But if you think you're going to run a marathon with your body, it's not going to happen because your body is going to do some weird thing. Trust me, after I've run several marathons, I can tell you, your body is going to do some different things and give you strange signals and control you if you don't have it all up here. So when you see someone running a marathon or these elite runners, they're not relying on their bodies at a certain point. Oh. It's just the power of your mind. So when I did my first marathon, I'm running, and of course, by the time I went halfway, I hear, not even halfway, less than halfway, I hear this big pump, so much noise, people cheering, and I'm like, oh, wow, it's for me? Okay, I'm going to put a better sprint. And I see this guy fly past me, and that was the first person. I wasn't even got halfway, and I'm thinking, oh, that's the first? I'm not even halfway. You know, I should give up. There's no point. I'm not going to be able to do it. And I said, no, I trained this hard. I'm going to do it. So I kept going. Now, when you get to mile 22, that's like my downfall. Everything is breaking down. My legs hurt. Everything hurts. I'm tired. I'm weak. I just want to fall down and go to sleep. So I get to mile 22 and I see this lady cheering, yes, you did it. I'm like, what? Is this the end? Is this the end? And then I look up and it's 22 and I'm thinking, what? I've got 4 more miles. 4 more miles? Really? And I'm thinking, no way, I am not giving up. I don't care if I'm doing this all day long. I'm making it. I've already done 20 miles. I'm not going to give up. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so painful. How many more miles? Where's 23? Oh, no. And I get to 24. I'm like, oh, I've got 2 more miles. This is so tough. And then I get to 26. I'm like, oh, I did it. I did my first marathon. The joy. Everybody was cheering. You know how they wait for the last people. Everybody's cheering. Some people are running and us beside me. And I'm like, oh my God, my first marathon. I could not believe it. Yes. And so that's what it takes to achieve and accomplish any goal. Even when you start off, the only thing that's going to stand in your way and that's going to stop you, that's going to discourage you, is you. Wow. Once you get your mind right and say, no matter what, of course you can do it. I had to lose 92 pounds to get to where I am right now. And when I started off, almost 3 years ago in 2017, September, I said, maybe 70 pounds in 2 years. Okay, it's not that bad. All that means is I have to lose 1 pound or 2 a week. And I started doing the right things, and I wasn't in a hurry. I wasn't stressed out, but I had to remember to do just like today, I still do the same. You've seen me. I still have to exercise every day. Yes, when I figured I couldn't run outside, I have to get up and jump in my house every my God. Otherwise, I'm not fit anymore. So you can't stop along the way. You have to continue to doing it. And if you can influence somebody along the way, then that's the true reward in helping other people, holding their hands to get to where you are right now. So that's really my biggest passion. I am very passionate about health. I really am, about medicine, taking care of people. If I'm driving by and there's an accident, I'm the one to park right there, go help. I mean, if I'm in Africa, you know how it is in our third world countries. Somebody falls out, everybody runs away. I'm the one to run there. Let's see what's happening with this person. It's just the passion that I have to help people, as many people as I can. So on my deathbed, when I am checking out of this world, I can lay there and say, okay, I was able to influence as many people as I could. And that will always be my passion, to help as many people as I can to achieve health and wellness, whether it's in the clinic, in the emergency room, out on the street, online. That's my goal. Still, just one goal: get people healthy. as best as I can.
Wow. I would, do you know what? I'm just passion, 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 passion. That is truly the gateway to be your full potentiated self. Listen, I am just so humbled. I'm just so blessed to be in your presence, to
Thank
really
you.
just like, I know I'm sitting there like a little girl, like, oh, can you just like, because
Thank you for this platform. It's awesome. Thank
I,
you.
I mean, I am so grateful, so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you for just filling into me so much right now that you have no idea. My brain is just going in so many ways. Like, gosh, this is ridiculous. Like, I can't understand why people wouldn't be doing this for the first time and just really, really not following through with everything that they have to do. So thank you so very much for that. I really appreciate it. Now, I know that we have just gone for a while, and so I am just like, I believe right now that right now what we're doing is not just by chance. I just can't believe that I learned so much in so little time. So I look forward to learning from you. I look forward to people grabbing this and running with it and just evolving. And I want to say to you, thank you again. So, folks, you've heard it. I can't say thank you enough. My name is Sharon Johnson, host of the Conversation with Leaders, and you've heard from Dr. Yembe. Please contact her, find out more about the program, and live your best life. Be passionate, because if you don't do it, I will. And so as we go forth, you can find me on comtivate.com. You can find me right there at the Comtivate Online Academy. This will be available for you to look at, call somebody, tell a friend, and let them know what this beautiful lady, you are so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again, my dear. Stay beautiful, stay fabulous, everyone, and stay motivated. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you.